FBI Director Kash Patel is confronting some renewed controversy. We've been covering it all throughout the last. We talked a little bit about Kash Patel, but not this far into his controversy, I should say. So I want to review some reporting that has just come in from MS Now, formerly MSNBC. I'll read it out to you. There you go. It's on your screen now. It is in a story called Kash Patel ordered FBI to detail to give girlfriend's pal a lift home. Uh, I'm going to read a pretty long part of the story, then we'll get into the response from Kash Patel, of course, as he confronts this new latest drama scandal that the FBI is facing. We'll talk a little more about it, but again, this story reads, quote, FBI Director Kash Patel has on more than one occasion ordered that the security detail protecting his girlfriend escort one of her allegedly inebriated friends home after a night of partying in Nashville, according to three people with knowledge of the incidents. Story goes on to say Patel's girlfriend, Alexis Wilkins, asked FBI agents on her security team at least 2 times, including once this spring, to drive her friend home, and agents objected to diverting from their assignment, said the sources, who were granted anonymity to discuss non-public matters. But Patel insisted they do as Wilkins requested, and in one case called the leader of Wilkins' security detail and yelled at him to do so. News of the effort to deploy agents to provide security for a private citizen has spread through the Bureau and beyond, as agents have grown increasingly concerned by Patel's use of the Bureau's strapped resources. The sources said FBI spokesperson Ben Williamson broadly disputed that such events took place, saying, quote, "This is made up and did not happen," Williamson said. Of course, this all coming at a pretty interesting time for the FBI, because there's another allegation, another rumor going on that FBI Director Kash Patel would not exit the private FBI jet that he was flying on at Charlie Kirk's funeral until he got an FBI jacket. That jacket that he got didn't have the patches he wanted on it, so then it was a whole big deal about the patches he had to have on it before he could leave. Of course, that's all according just to allegations. They are not completely confirmed here. I want to play Kash Patel addressing these concerns on Fox News. Take a look.
About my appearances all they want, but look at the results. The FBI, this FBI, my FBI, the one that Dan and I are building here under President Trump, is succeeding in ways that no FBI has ever done so before. So the institutionalists and the anonymous reporters from the swamp DC bureaucracy are the ones we are crushing. And that's how I know we're winning. And if Eric Swalwell wants to come online and talk about what jacket size I wear, I'm happy to send him a women's medium so him and Fang Fang can go out again.
And the Democrats are also, Mr. Director, supposedly going to investigate your use of the FBI jet, because they're claiming you've commandeered it for personal joyrides, going to a wrestling event, I guess, for your girlfriend. Is that true? And if so, if the Biden team did something like that, if it was true, I'd probably be hitting them tonight on television. But I thought I'd give you a chance to respond to that drive-by.
Yeah. It's simple. The FBI director, all FBI directors are required users of the FBI plane. They don't let me fly commercially. But my predecessors wasted millions of dollars because they were too lazy to drive an extra 20 minutes and go to Andrews Air Force Base. They used DC Reagan National as their personal hub, costing the taxpayer $4 million. I shut that policy off and mandated the use of government airfields. I've also used the airplane less than my prior 2 predecessors. And yes, I'm entitled to a personal life just like my other agency had counterparts with their partners. So do I support my girlfriend? Absolutely. And do I take trips with her? Absolutely. But when they're talking about raid jackets and Velcro and FBI plane use, they are not talking about the facts, because they know this FBI is succeeding in ways prior leadership failed. And those cronies will always stick together and, of course, band together with their enemies to come in and attack us. And our mission here is to protect the American people. Let me tell you one more stat that the American people are going to love. This FBI is on course to deliver the lowest murder rate in modern history by double digits. the lowest murder rate in modern history by double digits.
FBI Director Kash there on a Fox News interview, of course, not addressing these new claims that we're seeing from MS now, rather about this private jet use and these claims about the jacket that we were just talking about. Of course, big stories we are going to continue following here. People asking the question, is Kash Patel going to keep being in the Trump administration when you are continuing to see these big headlines made by him? So we'll watch. We'll see how it plays out. A lot going on still there to talk about.